Hello and welcome back to class. I'm Russ and
This is Thu.
this is class number 3. On this slide, we'll just cover the consonants. Say these sounds after me. B,
B,
C,
C,
D,
D,
F,
F,
G,
G,
H,
H,
J,
J,
K,
K,
L,
L,
M,
M,
N,
N,
P,
P,
Q,
Q,
R,
R,
S,
S,
T,
T,
B,
B,
W,
W,
X,
X,
Y,
Y,
Z.
Z,
Not wise.
Y sky.
Just a little reminder on several of these sounds, they have the long A sound in them. For instance, A sounds like H, and A sounds like J and K. And some of the sounds have the long E sound. So we have E, but it sounds like B, C, D, G, P, T, V, and Z. So we all want to have that long E sound in those names. Okay?
Yes.
And this slide, we're going to introduce you to some of our students. But first, let me ask too. People often ask us, how old should their children be before they teach them a foreign language? What do you think?
Well, when I was young, my parents speak both languages, Vietnamese and Cambodian, and I would learn how to speak 2 languages when I was a baby.
Okay. So next up, we have the son of 2 of my older students. And this boy is only 2 years old, and he's already starting to speak English. And of course, he speaks Vietnamese already. So let me introduce you to Mr. Vo Quoc Trung, 2 years old.
Đọc đàng hoàng cho đúng nha. Có một kẹo lát nữa cô cho liền. Đọc đàng hoàng. Đọc xong mới cho. Đọc đàng hoàng.
Now I love my EVT and gay bận trên gần mày.
Okay, next we're going to play a see it and say it game. So on this game, you just look at the picture and try to guess the picture, the name of it, what it is, before I open the word. So what is that first picture showing?
Cone.
Cone. Yeah, not ice cream, but we're talking about that shape of the cone. On the next picture, what is this showing?
A guy walked downstairs.
So downstairs is the word. Next, it shows clothing being put into a suitcase. What is this verb?
Packing.
Pack. That's right. And this shows 2 girls next to each other. So what is another word for next to?
Beside.
Beside, like you are sitting beside me. And this is showing a young woman with a special kind of shirt. Shirt only for girls. We use the word
blouse.
blouse. Next up, we have this kind of machine that sucks up the dirt.
Vacuum.
A vacuum, or we can say vacuum cleaner. This next picture shows people going to a place where you exercise.
Called gym.
A gym. Next picture shows the person that is in charge of the court. He makes the rulings.
Judge. He
Judge.
is a judge.
Next is showing the kind of squashed up fruit that we put on bread in the morning. It's called
Jam.
jam.
Choking jam.
Yeah, chokin' jam is another word for peanut butter and jelly. And this picture is showing a rose, of course, but we're talking about what happens to this rose when it's very cold and snow and ice. The rose will
Freezing.
freeze.
Freeze.
It will freeze.
Yay! I get marked.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, on this slide we have the B words. Of course, the sound of B, B, same as in Vietnamese. So these words should be easy. So say these words after me. Book,
Book.
bake,
Bake.
bone,
Bone.
blouse,
Blouse.
goodbye,
Goodbye.
ambulance.
Ambulance. Pretty good.
Hello. Today I'm going to give my wife a break, and I've asked some of my students to give me a hand with this video presentation. So look down here and meet my students. In this video we're going to study the letter B. Helping me today is some of my students. First, to my right we have.
Hi everyone, my name is Lực.
Next we have Mr. Lick's daughter-in-law.
Hello, my name is Trang.
And next Trang is her husband.
Hello, I'm Liem.
And finally Liem's brother.
Hello, I'm Lam.
So let's move on to the first slide. This is a good book.
This is a good book.
The boy said goodbye.
The boy said goodbye.
What's your job?
What's your job?
The baby is very big.
The baby is very big.
Bobby bakes good bread.
Bobby bakes good bread.
Ben, can you come before 9 o'clock?
Ben, can you come before 9 o'clock?
She broke the bone in her elbow.
She broke the bone in her elbow.
Please bring me that beautiful blouse.
Please bring me that beautiful blouse.
What is the phone number for the ambulance?
What is the phone number for the ambulance?
Bob's big boy bought bread and beer.
Bob's big boy bought bread and beer.
Good. This slide, we're talking about the C. But before we can talk about the consonant C, we have to learn two rules about C. C has two sounds. It can sound like a K, K, and it can sound like an S. S. So the first rule, if the letter C comes before the vowels A, O, or U, it will usually have the K sound. Okay? So read that carefully. If the letter C comes in front of the vowels A, O, or U, it'll have the K sound. That's rule 1. Rule 2, if the letter C comes in front of the vowels E, I, or Y, it will have the S sound. Okay? So rule number 2, if the letter C comes before E, I, or Y, that C will have the S sound. Okay?
That's called a C sound, right?
Yeah. So watch the next few slides and you'll understand more about the C rules.
Hopefully I remember them.
And then go back and read these C rules again. Get it into your head, and it's not hard to remember them.
Well, I need to change new battery.
Yeah. Okay. So in this slide we have we call the hard C sounds. So these are the words in rule number 1, where if the letter, the vowel after the C is A, O, or U, we give it the K sound, like count. So now say these words and pay attention to their spelling. You'll see each word has an A, O, or U after the C. So the first word, come.
Come.
Can.
Can.
Picnic.
Picnic.
Jacket.
Jacket.
Socks.
Socks.
Pack.
Hat.
And remember, like all English rules, we say usually. So sometimes you might find a word that doesn't follow the rule, but that's only about maybe 10%. Most, if you follow that rule, you'll know how to pronounce that C.
Maybe in the future.
Come here, please.
Come here, please.
The picnic was fun.
The picnic was fun.
Pick up the cone.
Pick up the cone.
What country are you from?
What country are you from?
Can you cook?
Can you cook?
It's cold in Canada.
It's cold in Canada.
Pack your jacket and socks.
Pack your jacket and socks.
I don't like cabbage or cucumbers.
I don't like cabbage or cucumbers.
Harmon gave the cash to the cashier.
Carmen gave the cash to the cashier.
My uncle and cousin both clean their cars with a vacuum.
My uncle and cousin both clean their cars with a vacuum.
Okay, here we have another see it and say it game. So on this game, again, look at the picture and try to guess what is the word it's either showing or describing.
Seemed to me the guy baked the bread.
Right, so the word here is bake. He is the word was baker.
Baker. Hmm.
So the verb is bake, but the noun, he is a baker.
Baker.
Okay, this is an easy one.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. Next, kind of vegetable.
I used to love that. That's called celery.
Celery. Oh, we saw this one before.
Well, you and me trying together side by side.
Beside. Can be the same as next to. This one is showing a part of your house where you put the car.
Called a driveway.
Well, the driveway is the front part, but inside the house is a special room.
Okay.
I think that's what it's going
Then
for.
we call garage.
Garage, the room in the house for the car. Garage.
Garage.
The driveway is the front little street that goes to your house. This is showing a part of your body, a part of your arm. This.
The elbow.
Elbow. Almost. Another vegetable. It's kind of round. You take the leaves off one at a time.
Well, I used to cook that kind of vegetable for you. We call cabbage.
Cabbage. This is showing at a kind of a business or a store, the person that when you buy something, you give them your money.
I think we call him cashier.
Yeah, we're not talking about the police here. This is food that children often eat for breakfast. You maybe put some sugar on top of it and then some milk.
And I know my husband loved that, and how can I forget? It's called cereal.
Cereal. And this is something you often get when you're in school if you do good work on some assignment or you finish a level.
I used to have 2 of them, so I call a certificate.
Certificate. Okay, now on this slide we have the soft C words. So again, you have to go back and remember the soft C rules. Rule number 2. If the vowels following the C are E, I, or Y, then that C will be pronounced like an S. So we'll show you these words. Celery.
Celery.
Cement.
Cement.
Circus.
Circus.
Now look at that word. That's a good example. The beginning of the word, C-I, remember rule number 2? E-I-Y, the C is like an S. The second part of that word, cuss. The U is following the C. So rule number 1, A over U after the C gets the K sound. So that's a good example.
Oh boy.
Next word is mice.
Mice.
Advice.
Advice.
Rice.
Rice.
I don't like celery.
I don't like celery.
The cement is still soft.
The cement is still soft.
The cereal cost 25 cents.
The cereal costs 25 cents.
The citizens can't smoke cigarettes or cigars in the circus area.
The citizens can't smoke cigarettes or cigars in the circus area.
Students are not allowed to ride their cycles in the city.
Students are not allowed to ride their cycle in the city.
There are a lot of mice in the rice field.
There are a lot of mice in the rice field.
That girl has a nice face.
That girl has a nice face.
The price of rice is receding.
The price is receding.
The government will give farmers some advice on growing rice.
The government will give farmers some advice on growing rice.
For 50 cents, you can buy a certificate to visit the wine cellar.
For 50 cents, you can buy a certificate to visit the wine cellar.
Wine cellar. Okay. On this slide, we have the D sounds. So in English, we only have one kind of a D, not like Vietnamese two. So this is D sound. Dad.
Dad.
Dig.
Dig.
Birthday.
Birthday.
Garden.
Garden.
Second.
Second.
Beside.
Beside.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Do you like to dance?
Do you like to dance?
Stand beside the door.
Stand beside the door.
Dad watched the video downstairs.
Dad watch the video downstairs.
My birthday is on Monday, December 2nd.
My birthday is on Monday, December 2nd.
Donna will send me $100.
Donna will send me $100.
My grandmother wants to drive my car.
My grandmother wants to drive my car.
Actually, we both read it wrong. We will dig our garden on Wednesday after dinner.
We will dig our garden on Wednesdays after dinner.
Did you find the salad, sandwich, and dessert in the fridge?
Did you find the salad, sandwich, and dessert in the fridge?
The truck driver drove to see the doctor after the bad accident.
The truck driver drove to see the doctor after the bad accident.
Okay.
Do we take?
But that's okay. Okay, start again. On this game, this is a tic-tac-toe game. And on this, you just have to describe the word. So that first word, elbow, what is that? What's that?
Gió
Okay. And the next one, cone.
is
Example.
kind pulling it up and square the bottom and kind of wide the bottom, and they use for ice cream.
That's right, like an ice cream cone. Downstairs, what's the opposite of downstairs?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. And pack, what is a pack?
Well, pretty soon you and me pack go for vacation.
Yeah, when you put clothing into a suitcase, you pack the suitcase. Beside, what's another word for beside?
You sit.
Another word.
Oh. Next to.
Next to. So same as next to, beside, next to. Next word.
Where my mark?
I know it, I just can't click it. You'll see it when it goes.
Yeah.
Next word is blouse. What is a blouse?
Blouse is a shirt only for women.
Yes. And the next word.
This thing is my husband used to do is called a vacuum.
Yeah. The machine that sucks up the dirt.
Yes.
And this word.
Also, my husband, he going to go to the gym to
Yeah.
exercise.
Yeah, place where you go to exercise, the gym. And the last word.
He the one To always decide who right and who wrong, call a judge.
Judge. Okay, so that's that one. Who won? I did.
No?
Next up we have the F sound. So the F sound, you kind of put your top teeth onto your lip and blow the air out. So in Vietnamese it's kind of like the PH, F, like Phương.
Phụ.
So say these words. February.
February.
Father.
Father.
France.
France.
Before.
Before.
50.
50. But I'm 60 though.
Next word I just put in to show you the difference. Sometimes the F has a strange sound, like a V. In this word, OF, the word is of.
Of.
And OFF is back to the F sound, off.
Off.
Okay? It's February.
It's February.
The coffee is free.
The coffee is free.
My father is from France.
My father is from France.
Is the farm far from here?
Is the farm far from here?
Don't forget to phone me after 4 o'clock.
Don't forget to phone me after 4 o'clock.
Fran is afraid the flowers will freeze.
Friend is afraid of flower will freeze.
Cut the fat off the beef before frying it.
Cut the fat of the beef before frying it.
The fridge is full of fruit, fish, and other food.
The fridge is full of fruit, fish, and other food.
The 4 friends fought about football.
The 4 friends fought about football.
We caught 15 fish in the first 50 minutes of fishing.
We caught 15 fish in the first 15 minutes of fishing.
Okay, on this slide, remember before we had the C rules, 2 sounds for C.
Yes.
And the way we knew how to say the C was by the letter, the vowel that came after the C. So now we have the same thing on G's. G's have 2 sounds. They can sound the hard G, ga, or they can sound like the soft G, ja. The way we know how to say the G words is by the vowel that comes after the G. Same as the C rules. So G rule number 1. If an A, O, or U come after the G, we give it the hard G sound.
Oh boy.
Rule number 2. If the letter after the G is E, I, or Y, then that G will have a J sound, a soft sound. So
I hope I remember all that.
it's just like the C rules. So just have to remember them. So now, let's look at the next slide and we'll listen to some G words that have the G sound. First word up, go.
Go.
Next is garden.
Garden.
Next is forget.
Forget.
Next is garage.
Garage.
Next, angry.
Angry. Do I?
Big.
Big.
Bag.
Bag.
So if you notice the spelling on the words, if the A, O or U comes after the G, it'll have the G sound. That's, again, like 90% of the time. In English, we never have 100%, it seems, just to make things fun.
Well, hopefully I remember them all.
I go to school.
I go to school.
Gary wears glasses.
Gary wears glasses.
Please give me the eggs.
Please give me the eggs.
The plant will begin growing in August.
The plant will begin growing in August.
My grandfather loves to dig in his garden.
My grandfather loved to dig in his garden.
My grandmother gave me a gold watch.
My grandmother gave me a gold watch.
Don't forget to get gas at the garage.
Don't forget to get gas at the garage.
I'm angry that your dog bit my leg again.
I'm angry that your dog bit my leg again.
This is a good photograph of our gate.
This is a good photograph of our gate.
I got a big bag of green grapes at the grocery store.
I got a big bag of green grapes at the grocery store.
Okay, so next up we have the other kind of G. Okay, this kind of G is rule number 2. Remember, if the letter, the vowel after the G is E, I, or Y, now we say ja instead of ga. Okay.
Ja, that command say yes.
So this first word is Jim,
Jim.
the person's name, Jim. The second word, we say it the same way, Jim, but the meaning is different. Here we're talking about the place where you exercise, gym.
Okay.
Next word is Japan,
Japan.
judge,
Judge.
large,
Large.
message,
Message.
and that's the G's. So remember the 2 rules for G. Rule number 1, if A, O, or U come after the G, okay, then we say G.
Okay,
If
I
E,
hope
I, or Y comes after the G, then we say Ja.
I remember all that.
Easy. English is easy.
Easy for you.
English is easy. What page are we on?
What page are we on?
She is a judge. He is a manager.
She is a judge. He is a manager.
George makes a large wage.
George makes a large wage.
Is there any orange juice in the fridge?
Is there any orange juice in the fridge?
The janitor is in the gym.
The janitor is in the gym.
James joked that Jim needs a larger stage.
Jane joked that Jim needs a larger stage.
Just put the jam in the refrigerator.
Just put the jam in the refrigerator.
My manager enjoys her job.
My manager enjoys her job.
Judy jumped with joy over her package.
Judy jumped with joy over her package.
The large message from Japan took a lot of postage.
The larger message from Japan took a lot of postage.